Funky Beats. Sunday Club's back. Without Kev. Where's Kev, Dan? Where's Kev?
He's currently collecting trolleys down at Asda.
Oh, his favourite hobby on a Sunday Eve.
Oh, no, he's not returning them. He's not returning them. He's taking them to his garage to make a squirrel UFC cage match. So, that's what he said.
Well, yeah. Well, maybe he's just doesn't want to talk about yesterday's game because it was too hard for him to take. Because we know that he's got a very weak heart when it comes to Leeds and the struggles that they put him through. So maybe it was a bit too much for him today. So
maybe.
What a game, though. What a fucking game. 3-3,
For the
man.
neutral fan, yeah, I can imagine. But hell, we just don't do it the easy way, do we?
No, but then it's it could have been easy though. It could have been really easy if we'd have just put a few more in the net. It could have been out of sight, to be fair.
Yeah.
But
we hit the crossbar 3 times in the first 5 minutes or something stupid. It's absolutely what is it about us where we play for 10 minutes in like the first 10 minutes, right? We play absolutely super football, smash the team, shell shock the opposition, and then we just don't do anything else after that. That's what it felt like to me. What about you?
I felt like that there were a few players that weren't playing very good, if I'm being honest. Like, as a team, we were still good at times and we really dominated at times, but there were a few players that just were having off games, a few important players. Like Roden, for instance. Thought he was a bit shaky yesterday, out of nowhere. What did I say? The old loan to buy curse comes in and bites you in the ass now, but I'm hoping it's just a one-off, so we'll see.
But just touching on Rodon, mate, he has been a bit sloppy in pre-season in regards to his passing, because I've noticed it a few times where he's gone straight out of play or he's overhit it and stuff. But you could put that down to his wingers. Even Dan James not being fast enough to catch his balls. Like, no pun intended.
Should start ringing some Red Bull. What do you think? I'll drink some Red Bull if I was him. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it was yesterday. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. To be fair, in pre-season you can, but like it was overwhelmed by the rest of how good it was in pre-season. And I know you don't really read much into pre-season, but it was good. It was like it weren't just that we were winning; it was how we were winning, how we were doing it. So, but yeah, yesterday it was a bit. Anyway. So we'll start off with the pen. Old Dan James nipping in
just
ahead of him.
Just typical
penalty for you.
Yeah, of course he will. Yeah. He's the guy. I'll call him Joe Wayman because he looked like him. He just he didn't expect Dan James to get there that quick, and he's panicked and just stuck a leg out to kick the ball, incidentally kicking Dan James. It's a penalty all day long. It's just typical Dan James for me. People underestimate how fast his burst of pace is, and Strike stepping up for it with the balls to take it. Obviously, a lot of expectancy in front of Ellen Road. The potential first goal of the season. Cool, calm, collective. Slots it away, doesn't it? I mean, were it apparently for you? Well, were we lucky?
Nah, it was a penalty. It was clumsy, wasn't it? He was a bit nonchalant. Thought he was going to get to the ball, and Dan James, being Dan James, was there quicker than him, and he got upended. It's a little bit of a reversal of the old Birmingham penalty he gave away last year. But yeah, definitely a penalty. And yeah, Strauke just cool. I think cool penalty. Big Strauke,
cool, sexy pirate.
Back into the team. Yeah, Grandmaster Sexy. Just slotting it in there. That's not an innuendo, I swear. But great penalty for him to score. Yeah, and then did the goal was it against the run of play? Their goal, the first goal. It was like it just sort of come out of nowhere, didn't it? It was like, oh,
it was one of them attacks where we just, I was like looking and I'm thinking, bloody hell, they're carving us up a bit here, and then we just seemed to take us like I think it was Shaughnessy, that blast from the past. But it was a good from Marlon Pack. It was a good little reverse pass into Sorensen, I want to say, their new signing. And first of all, he shouldn't be in that position. He should have been offside. Not that I'm not saying he is offside. I'm saying that
Yeah.
he should be offside because our defender should have got that high line up. But like Moses, it was a good pass from Pack, and then he's just hit it. Now, this is where first of all, it shouldn't have got that far. We should have dealt with it ages ago. But
Yeah.
what I don't know what Melee were doing because he wasn't trying to save a goal, a shot, flapping at midair with his lettuce wrists. And I've been an avid defender of Melee, but he's starting to wind me up. If you look at their goalkeeper yesterday, he made some great saves.
Yeah.
I mean, it really winds me up when you try and defend Melee and he pulls that out. It reminded me of against Sunderland last season away, where we expected to win it, but Joe Bellingham scored and Melie were just like this, and he just knocked it in. It really, you could tell in the stadium, it knocked the wind out of everyone because we were like, we're up at 11 minutes, we've battered them for 10 minutes,
Yeah.
and then that happens, and it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, because
Yeah.
if we'd have lost that
I know what
game
you mean,
yesterday, bloody hell. How about you?
Yeah, that would have been. It would have been. It would have been a shit one if we'd have lost that yesterday. Meslier, I think personally that he's getting really close to Cardalo, and we're seeing the effects of said relationship spreading. Them buttery arms spreading. I don't know, mate. Shit, weren't it? Bad all round. I don't know how he doesn't save it. It's not particularly hard. It didn't seem particularly hard.
For me, it's like he's gone to try and catch it or shove it away. Do you know what I mean? Rather than just a reactionary. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a professional goalkeeper. I'm not a professional footballer. It's all right for me to say, look at it and say they should have saved that. I think goalkeepers are the hardest position on the pitch because you've got seconds to react, haven't you? To stop a shot. But it should be doing better than that. It should be doing way better than that. But you could argue it shouldn't get to that position. People should have been marking him. Do you know what I mean? But it is what it is. And from then on, you're like, oh, here we go. And then the second one happens.
That's a fucking strike and a half, though. To be fair to him.
No, you can't. Right, you can't. You can't blame Melie for that because it was a thunder bastard. But it's the fact that it's hit his fucking knee, and he's had time to just look up and strike.
To be fair, it's not even that. Like, if you watch it back, Rodon's just headed it to nowhere, unusually, and his touch is so bad. The guy's touch is so bad, it catches both. I can't remember which two players are in front of him. It catches them off because it's such a bad touch, and just sets him up to just go thunderfuck, boom, straight in the corner. It was a great goal, but yeah, then we're 2-1 down. You're like, this isn't supposed to be happening. We're not. Yeah,
I don't think any keeper saved that. By the way, I don't think any keeper would. You'd have to be very good to. You're talking like Neuer levels, prime Neuer, Dida, who probably might get a fingertip to it, but that were destined for the net. If he hit that with some venom. But like I know it might have been Rodon. It might have been Rodon and Strike. It would definitely Strike. Because I remember seeing Strike just like part, and he opened that gap for Lang to strike it. And honestly, mate, what are you feeling? Because I know in the group chat you were like, for fuck's sake, but what were you feeling when you saw that go in, mate?
It was. I don't. I appreciate a good goal, right? Right, mate. And I know. I appreciate a good goal. So when it went in, I was like, "Fuck, he's." I was never worried that we were going to lose the game, even despite going down because of, just my never-ending confidence in this team, no matter what happens. But I never expected. But I was just like, "Shit, this isn't supposed to. This is going against the plan." I didn't think they were going to have a shot, and they've had two and scored 2 goals. It was like
Mate,
unbelievable. And then, yeah.
Honestly, mate, it really pisses me off. I think they had 3 shots on target yesterday, and it was 3 fucking goals. I mean, and we had like 10 shots in the first half.
We had 6 in the first 7 minutes.
we go 2-1 down, and I'm just like, right, because I said it on on Friday night. I said it is that the only thing that worries me is that the momentum that they're bringing from League One, going up, getting promoted, and that's what Ipswich did last season. They rode that momentum, and it just never ran out, did it? But to be fair, if we, I don't want to make excuses because I don't want about what about her here. But we had a really shit transition from the Premier League to the Championship, with the takeover of the 49ers, etc.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
So you could sort of excuse it to a certain extent, but that's the thing. And then we were all like, you said 5-0, people said 4-0, I said 3-1 because I thought we'd lapse in judgment, which we did 3 fucking times. It was just, Sterling in the comments makes a great point. I can't believe how we hit the bar 3 times. Our finish is woeful. I mean, I think the non-toe chance, I think he's just gone for power. It comes off a heel and it goes over the bar. He should be burying that, down and hard. And then I think it was Ampadu at the back post. Yeah. But I know I get distracted there. But going 2-1 down, it's just a kick in the balls in it. And then that's when you could definitely hear just the Pompey fans. Shout out to the Pompey fans, by the way, because I thought
yeah,
they were very loud. I thought they were very loud. Yeah, but
yeah, well, I mean, what do you expect, man? They've come up and they were. I think every one of them Pompey fans thought they were going to get dicked. You get the odd one like me who never thinks their team's going to lose, but the majority of them thought they were going to get dicked yesterday. And to be 2-1 up going in at half time, they were like, "Fucking, what's going on?" And you just felt like not the luck was on their time, because I didn't think they ever sat back and just accepted what was going on. They kept trying to get out and they kept trying to push. But we just wouldn't let them for that, and especially in the second half, coming on to Nonto's goal. But he looked like he just passed it in and the keeper was like, "Whoa." It looked like it was going slow motion. But that second half, we just sort of took it to him, didn't we?
Yeah, well, it was crazy, mate, because I'm just thinking we've been promised this, but it's kind of out of character for me to sort of slip the board at the minute, because me from the off, I'm saying, right, I'll judge it at the end of the transfer window. I've always said that. I don't want to be reactive right now, but I think we've got a good enough squad to win the next 4 games. I genuinely do. It's not perfect. We need more players. Yeah, Nonto still might leave. We don't know yet. But we've seen players come in. A lot of players have gone out. But at half time, I'm thinking it's just rinse and repeat at the minute for me. We play really well for the first 10, and then just sort of we'd let them back in the game. As soon as that first goal went in, that was it. You could see the tails were up, and we just played like crap. The difference is, I think, we had shots throughout the game where we just had no power as well, mainly in the second half, like the judge. We'll talk about that in a bit anyway. But yeah, Einar's asked in the comments, are you guys sold on Rothwell? We clearly need a number 8. We do need a number 8. You're right, mate, or a number 10. Maybe that's where, maybe we just put, Rutter on the right and put Rowe through the middle. Maybe I don't know if he does come. I like Rothwell personally. a lot of people are slating him already. He's only had like a fucking 15-minute cameo, and even then he were progressing the ball. I like him personally, Einar. I don't know about James. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he's dog shit. We need to get rid of him. Nah, I don't really think that. I think that his first game, I think there was worse players on the pitch than him yesterday. Did okay. I think the subs generally took the sort of momentum out of the game, and they started. Once the subs were made, we sort of lost control of it a bit. And when I say lost control of it, I mean like Aronson couldn't control it, or he was passing off the pitch, or it was bouncing off him, or we couldn't get around a defender. Bamford just looked like he lost a yard of pace when he come on. He was just like slow, and we lost it. Yeah, but then obviously things happen. But so what do you think? Do you see, we all go on about him and saying you need to make subs, and when the subs happened, I was happy with the subs. I was like, yeah, let's freshen it up. Let's keep push on these a bit more. Yeah, go on. What was you thinking when that happened?
I was shocked to see Nonto come off because I thought he was our impetus. I thought, you know, like you mentioned it there, like he keeps trying to cut in on his right and shoot and go for the near post, almost Somerville-esque for me. You know, the second goal you say where it did go in rather slow, but he's trying to shoot, he's trying to score. And I think he had at least another 10, 15 in him. But, you know, it bold, and he's brought Aronson on, which in the end could have won us the game, but at minimum got us a point. I thought Pirro again, nobody knows where Pirro is, but not a lot of people have said this, right? But a tip of the cap to Pirro because it was his pass to Aronson that set him up, and it was a decent pass between two players.
Yeah.
And I just feel like, you know, end of the day, the subs made an impact. Pirro got an assist and Aronson got a goal and missed a sitter, which could have won it. So they were effective, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But that's looking at it through hindsight, you know.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Natalie Dragon has said, remember, defence setup is new. Pascal and Bogle. This needs to be worked on. Despite our finishing should have been more. Score 3 goals at home. You shouldn't have anything than a win. You know, you're right. It is new. We'll talk about Bogle in a little bit. Firpo I thought were good. You know, he's for a person. I think he's going to have a good season. For a person that's in the last year of his contract, he's going to be wanting to, isn't he? The defence, striking. No, I think he signs for someone else in January. They either get rid of him in January, or he signs a pre-contractual agreement. It goes 3 ways, doesn't it? He promises to go somewhere else in January. He signs a new contract between now and January, or he leaves on a free at end of the season. Probably leaves on a free at end of the season. You see what happens. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, should we talk about Bogle? Well, we'll talk about the back four now, yeah? So, Firpo, we can both agree that he had a good game. Let us know in the comments as well what you thought of the back four.
Yeah, go on. Yeah,
Strike and Rodon, yeah? I think there's a good partnership there. One's left-footed, one's right-footed. I think Rodon's, you could see he were pissed off with himself, you know, bad passes. It's the first game of the season. You can't read too much into it. You need to just have a bit of patience, but that's like a red flag to a bull, you know, when you say that to some fans. But you have to, it's I think it'll be good. I think it'll be one of the best partnerships in the thing. And plus you've got Ampadu in front of them to cover, which Ampadu were brilliant yesterday. What's your thoughts on the back two?
Yeah, I think obviously there is a new setup there. I think that we were just off. I don't think it was bad. I think it was some bits were off. There's just mistakes that were made. I think it will get him. I think it will improve. I think it will get better. And it was come from where I didn't expect it to be off, which was Rodon. I'm being honest, because I thought Strout was fine. I thought Bogle was decent. Apart from I can't really. We'll get to the penalty. I thought Firpo was okay as well. So it was only Rodon that was, and I know he's I know he's not like that. I know he's got better in him, so I'm not too worried going forward. I mean, we were kept the most clean sheets last season. I expect it to be similar this season. Once they get sort of rolling in that with Ampadu in front of them, I think, yeah. What actually? Let's talk about what do you think about that penalty? Do you think it was a penalty?
What, the 3-2 one, the Pompey one?
Yeah,
yeah. When I saw it, I thought, oof, because he didn't give it straight away, which I thought was strange. He thought about it for a good 10 seconds or whatever, and I thought, oof, we've got away with it there. But it's that Sadie, right? He were a right little bitch. When he came on, he's don't get me wrong, he's a good footballer in terms of selling it to the referee. Because let's face it, we'll talk about the ref later on, but that ref absolutely bought everything from every play on both sides. It was rubbish.
Oh man, it was so sorry. Did you see how much though it happened from the start all the way through to the end, and the ref never picked up on it at all? It was when we'd get the ball and we'd turn a player and we'd be getting away from them, and they'd just be pulling on them. All of them just constantly pulling back on them. I'm like, why aren't you saying anything? Just kept happening 100%. Over and over, and it was driving me insane.
It looked like Olympic wrestling at one point. I'm not even joking. They were just literally all at one point. I think Rodon were guilty of it. He was pretty much going to like German suplex him. You know what I mean? He was right behind him, just hugging him like that. And I thought, first of all, Rodon should have not be getting turned there in such a dangerous position. But who am I? I'm just some chubby fucking podcaster. Excuse me. Yeah. Well, all right then. Okay, big boned. We'll say big boned. And I just digressed a little. We'll talk about the ref a little bit more later. But I was talking about the penalty, wasn't I? The penalty. So Bogle is very naive, very, very naive to think that.
No,
he knows what he's done. He knows what he's done because he's doing the all act off. But what he's giving it the full shebang. He's played the game as Sadie. He's got his arm around him, and you can see him. He's holding his shirt as well, and he's just gone down and he's flopped, and the referee's bought it. And what are you feeling in that moment when you see the referee pointing to the box, the penalty spot?
I laughed. I laughed first. I just laughed my head off and went, "Yeah, of course this is happening right now." I actually laughed my head off, and then I did what every other Leeds fan did and went, "Shit, we're gonna lose." I instantly thought we're gonna lose here, and it's gonna be really funny because everyone was expecting us to hammer them, and we've lost. That's what then went through my mind. But the penalty was crap as well. It annoyed me. Could have just went like that and stopped it. If he'd have just stood still, he just went. Yeah. But I was like, oh.
I had no faith in Millier saving it because I think one-on-ones is decent. It's a shot stopper, one-on-ones. I just don't think he can deal with set pieces because that's where most of their goals came from. No, that's not. What am I on about? Most of the conceded goals last season. Yeah, most of the conceded thing. Let's talk about Bogle because we've not got your opinion on him yet.
I think he is really good going forward. Did you see his little megs?
There's no qualms with me going forward.
You know what? I can't remember. I'll be honest. I cannot remember him being, apart from the goal. Sorry, the goal where that was his area, and he was free. The first goal.
They switched positions at one point. Did you see that? Firpo and Bogle switched.
Yeah, they did, and they did it. They did. Nonto and James did it as well. It's a thing that we're doing, is it? Just go, ooh, swap.
Confusing the left and right backs. Wait a minute.
So maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was Firpo who was out of position. I don't know, but whoever was at fullback
Yeah.
for that first goal was out of position. So I don't know if it's Bogle, but generally I was okay with him. I was okay with him. Like I said, it's a new player, new system. I will give him a bit of time at least to get settled. Yeah, mate, he was all right, and I think he'll get better.
Yeah, I do, mate. I think it's a trait. The good thing about he's defensively. You know, Sheffield United fans were telling us that he's good going forward, but coming back he's, you know what I mean. And we saw that. Bear in mind that he was in the defence that conceded over 100 goals last season. He was part of that defence. Now, the good thing about defensive positioning, it can be
fits right in with us, then, doesn't he?
yeah. The thing is with that is that it can be learned upon, taught better, improved. Do you know what I mean? All he has to do is Parker just has to say, right, you're doing this. I want you to do this, and he can work on that. That's the thing. But I get it. Everybody wanted us to win. As Leeds fans, we want to win every game. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-0. You know what I mean? Everybody wants it.
I actually think that most times, to be fair, as well.
You say that anyway. No matter, we could be playing the dog and duck and you'd want us to win 500-0. You know what I mean? Or we could be playing the Galacticos.
Doable, that is.
Real Madrid.
That is doable.
Yeah, but you'd expect us to win about 10 or 15-0. You. But yeah. Look who it is in a comment.
Look at this here, Dan. Look at this here. I want to talk to you about this actually, because I've got an opinion on it when it comes up for me. Here we go. What did you think about our corners yesterday?
I think Grove should not be taking fucking corners because, at least the first. I think we're going for an in-swinger, but a fast in-swinger because that's what seemed most of them were happening. But I think I prefer an out-swinger, a right-footed, because Gruev from the right-hand side corner flag, they're going too close to the keeper for me. The keeper would, because it seems that everybody else has got a decent keeper apart from us. Clears the line straight away, and I'd love to see a score from a corner. I really would.
I thought we got close yesterday. I thought some of our corners yesterday were good.
I think the latter half of the corners were good because they were zipping. You want that because it causes chaos.
But,
if you back a corner,
but we don't work on them. We didn't work on them last season, did we? We didn't work on them at all last season. And now, we're trying it and could get better. Because I thought some of our corners yesterday were actually good, and I was like, oh fucking hell, yeah. They're getting into decent areas, and we're looking a bit dangerous. But
we need a lanky bastard just to get in there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe that's what one of our signings will be. Just a big.
See what Smarty's doing. Smarty,
monster.
Are you free? Are you free for the next 45 games or whatever? 44 games. Get you
Smarty,
your fringe.
Smarty will still be. They'll be coming in high above everybody, and he will still be volleying them in. That's how. That's how tall he is. It's a big fella.
Yeah, he's really big.
But yeah, we need a big.
He lives at the top of a beanstalk. Natalie says we knew Firpo couldn't defend, and we had to balance that with a non-defending right back. Now that's a bit harsh. He did defend. He just fouled someone in the penalty box to give away a penalty. He got confused in the wrong spot. No, I think he can be. If we don't see improvement in the next couple of games, then surely we need to slap him. I think they have mannequins the size of James and Kev at 4 pounds because they're not practicing set piece because he was such shit house out there first. Nice.
You got two opposite ends of the fairy tale spectrum, haven't you?
Bloody hell.
Some dwarfs and a giant. What are you, Dan?
Me, I'm just a normal person that goes about his daily life. Yeah. Why don't shrink? That's my donkey impression. But yeah, so 90 plus 4, I think it was 90 plus 3. We conceded 3-2. I've got my head in my hands, and I'm
Haas,
just
he said.
crushed. Haas, yeah. Genuinely, mate, I was gutted, and I just thought this could not be any more Leeds than it is now. Now, then, were you the same? Did you actually have to rebuild your wall with that many fist holes in it?
I don't know. Like when the penalty happened, I instantly was like, "We're gonna lose." But then obviously you go through that little bit of, "Oh shit," and I do anyway. And then I'm like, "Right, there's a bit of time. Let's see what we can do. If we can at least get another fucking shot on goal to just at least give us one, you know."
Yeah.
And lo and behold, little string bean himself. Oof.
Yeah. We touched on it at the beginning. I
I
mean,
think that's that keeper's weak side, by the way. I'm just going to say that.
yeah, he's got one arm longer than another, like that.
Because both Nonto and Aronson's goal seem to just go past
Yeah.
it. It's like, oh.
I've said it before. I did say it before. I touched on it. Like the Pirro does well. He's progressing the ball, moves forward. He gets caught up between some defenders, but then it's a good little touch just to get it into his Aronson's feet. And Aronson, the best thing about this goal is it's instinctual. He just swings his foot at
Does it
it.
early.
He's not even looking at the net, I don't think. And he just swings his leg at it and it goes in. Now that's the difference. Now he already
Between
got booed.
the first one and his second chance.
Yes. So that's the difference, right? The second one, I'll talk about the second one and then you talk about both, yeah? So the second chance where he could have won it, I think he's got too much time. I think in that moment, in that split second, he's thinking, I could get redemption here. But then if you look closely, really slowly watch it back, he looks up and it hits at the back of his foot. So straight away, I think it's going to be on target, but he's looked away at the wrong times. Now, I could be splitting hairs here, but that's how I view it.
Do you know how I view it?
Go on.
Do you know how I view it, Daniel? I view it like this. That's come rolling to him, and he's gone, yeah, motherfuckers, I'm going to show y'all. And just absolute snatched at it, and he's just scuffed it. Yeah, that's what I think.
It was harder to miss. I think it was harder to miss, if I'm being honest.
The glory did go to his. It went to him, didn't it? It went to it went to a place where he was like, "Oh, just."
Yeah. See what the smarties.
Because let's have a little
Bring it
of
up.
Smarty. Here we go.
Aronson had a chance of proper redemption. Then remembered he's actually a shit CUNT and tried to kick his sock off instead. I can't speak. Classic Smarty of the Autonomator podcast. Please go check them out.
A Smartyism, we'll call it.
Smartism, yes. But yeah, what's your thoughts on the two then? Start with the equaliser. Your thoughts? We've just conceded. You've seen Perot.
I didn't even contemplate who it was that was taking the shot. I just seen the shirt. And I thought, just take the shot, and it happened. It rolled in, and then I instantly thought, we can win this now. I instantly thought that. I was like, we can go and win this. This is the type of the game that it's been. We'll go on and probably win this game now, and we fucking should have. We should have won it, but early, took it early. Good shot. Second one, first one, glory went to his balls, and he just fluffed it. And we got a draw when we probably should have won the game, but that's not an answer.
This is what I was gonna finish on. So at the end of the day, Aronson might have gone from hero to villain in a space of a minute or two. But at the end of the day, we've got a point because of Aronson. Now, I don't agree with jumping on I don't agree with jumping on Aronson's back for missing that because, I mean, at the time, yeah, I get it. You know, even I was like, "You does it, twunk," because that's how I swear. I say, "Oh, fiddlesticks" and all that kind of stuff. No, I just, at the end of the day, I'm grateful for him because he got us a point. It would have been an absolute disaster if we'd have lost at home on the first day to a newly promoted team.
So grateful.
No, you've got to be though, aren't you? We've got a point. This
Yeah.
time last season, we drew 2-2 to Cardiff. They got hammered 2-0 or 3-0 or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
But you know,
We should
as
have.
long as we win the
Look,
next one,
let's just be honest though. We should have easily won that game, not by just
yeah.
in terms of what we believe should have happened, but by the chances and the dominance that we had for
And this
large
is what
parts
it
of the
comes.
game.
Go on, mate, sorry.
Being clinical, and we weren't. They were, and we've scraped it. Well, we scraped the draw, but could have got a win. Really, we should have
Well,
got a
that's
win
what
because that would have been the perfect end to that game if we'd have scored that goal at the end.
that's how people will view that game. We should have won. We should have won, but we didn't.
Yeah,
we scraped a draw. Let's be honest. We scraped a draw. Now, the game should have been put to bed in the first 15 minutes. Nonto's chance.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Mateo
Let me ask you a
Joseph.
question. This is. Let me ask you a question, mate. Sorry. Would you prefer to have games like that where you should have won but you've drawn, or you should have lost but you've scraped a draw? What do you prefer your team to be like? The first one.
The
Yeah.
first one. Yeah.
So, okay. Because there are some weird people out there that are like.
Don't get me wrong, mate. There's some people on certain platforms, right, who want us to be rubbish and lose just so they can be right.
Can be right.
It's so negative, right? That's just my opinion.
So,
you know, I'm not. There's some people that are just reactive all the time, and I get that. You know, that's just who they are. I don't judge them overall for it. I just don't want to be around that.
I judge them.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you put their faces on a dartboard at work. No,
be positive. Be positive.
No,
be positive.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not going around telling you should be positive. You should back the board. You should back. I don't go around telling people that. I just don't agree with he's shit. He's shit. He's shit. The board's shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just don't think like that. Otherwise, it'll just eat away at you. Let's face it, Twitter's an absolute cesspool. You've got to put loads of disinfectant on and a fucking radiation suit before you go on there. Please do like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter. I want to. One last thing I want to talk about, mate. Obviously, we won't bash Aronson this week. Mateo Joseph, I'd like your thoughts on it, mate. In the comments as well. Write him down, and if they get him in now, we can answer any questions.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think I said it on, the little after match sort of reaction to it. Thought he was really good. Thought he held on to the ball well. I thought he didn't seem to give it away. Thought his running was good. Thought his strength was really good. Probably could have scored couple of little chances here and there, but I think that will come. I think he wasn't snatching at anything. Happy with him. I mean, what about you, mate? I'm quite confident that he'll, I think he'll score a few goals this season. Definitely.
I think he's matured. I think he knows his game, and I think for me personally, starts every game when he can. Just his centre forward play, just picking it up, and he rolled a few defenders. And there were one point where he picked it up at halfway line, turned someone, I can't remember who it was, passed it on to, I think it might have, he played it down the wing for Dan James and almost got his head to it on the last, and he was just great centre forward play. Now that's a kid who knows what he wants and where he wants to be in his footballing career. Let's face it, he won't be at Leeds United for the rest of his life. He wants to get experience where he can. And he was so close to getting a goal as well. I think it just skimmed past his head, but it is what it is. I think overall he's a great striker, and I think he'll get a few. I'm gonna come out and say it with my chest. I think he'll get 10 plus this season. I think Mateo Joseph. I think he'll get 10 plus.
I think so too. And you know what else helped his cause as well? That Bamford was his replacement and played the way he did.
Mate, on Bamford, right? I think he's done. I think he's done for Leeds United. I just don't see it. But the thing is, no one will pick up his wages.
No.
No one will pick up his wages, and I think if he does go, I mean, I don't know how long he's got left on his contract, about 2 years maybe.
I think 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's going to play second fiddle to Pirro, if I'm being honest, because I think Pirro comes on before to replace. If Joseph goes off injured, touch wood he doesn't, I think Pirro comes on first.
Yeah.
Um,
So do you think playing that 3-4-3 would suit Pirro a bit better?
Maybe if you put in like Vober at the back, as if for your three, and then you put, I don't know, mate. It's kind of an enigma, isn't it? El Pirro, nobody knows where everything.
Yes.
But if that goes down to that Pirro, that Aronson chance, if you put Pirro there, boom, 4-3. If you put anyone else there, I think it is what it is. But I think Joseph has got a very high ceiling, and I think he'll do really well. Sorry, Nick G says it's a long season. Yes, a win was expected, but a reality check about this league is not such a bad thing. I agree, Nick, 100%. On paper, you could say we should be beating these. We should be beating them. It's a totally different thing when you go man to man on that pitch, isn't it? You know as well, James, has been a footballer yourself. How you can say we're better than these on paper. When it comes to the game, they just want, they wanted to make a statement for, it's Leeds United. Everybody steps it up against Leeds United. They could go out on, it's a cup on Wednesday, Tuesday, isn't it? So it's next weekend. They could go out and just get absolutely romped 5-0 because I don't want to come across as that Leeds fan, but that's what happens, man. That's what happens. Sterling says Joseph, good energy and strength will get better. Our current best number 9. That is correct, mate. That's correct. People were saying this last season. Our good friend Lord Ash on Twitter was calling for him. Towards the end, I said it on Not Another Leeds podcast on Friday. We've said that a few times. We've said it on Sunday Club quite a few times. Einar says, I thought Joseph looked good. He's going to get some goals this season for sure. I agree again, mate. And Natalie says, we knew we had to replace Bamford with a non-scoring striker. Only joking. You, Natalie, you little joker, you.
Cheeky bugger. You coming here with your cheeky bugger things.
Joseph will get 20 plus. I hope so. Coming up to 45 minutes, mate. Is there anything else you want to chat about?
What did you think of Georgie yesterday?
I thought it was really good.
Boy. Georgie boy.
There were times where I was frustrated with him because he didn't give the ball, and I feel like he's holding on to it a bit too much again. But I think it looked tight. Obviously, he's going to fix it with a warm day, won't it?
Yeah,
I think he'll be. I think it'll be
really sticky. The ground. It seemed really sticky, didn't it? There were times when the ball it just held up at times, and you're like, "Why aren't you watering it?" But yeah, see. But then
half time with watering cans.
Yeah, you got the Portsmouth players who are also very sticky.
Yeah.
They'd like fucking super glue stuck to them, and they're just like hanging on to anyone that got near them. It was crazy. But I thought he was good. I thought he was good.
But all credit to Pompey really, because they didn't come and sit back. I thought that were impressive.
Yeah.
You know? Right.
And if you get a bit, you know what I mean. If like teams try that, sometimes they get a bit of luck, and it worked out from yesterday because on another day it could have been a hammer and form. It could have been a hammer and form. But let's one more thing, mate.
Yeah.
Referee, mate.
Oh yeah, the referee. The absolute.
I write him a Christmas card.
No, I'm not. The little. I'm going to send him a box of flies because he's an absolute lizard. Honestly, mate, I just thought there were one blatant foul that we did against them, and he just went, "Nah, play on." And I was like, I couldn't believe it. It was bad for both sides. The penalty for them, Yeah, you know, it was a penalty, but I was just annoyed that it took so long to, because we cleared it, and I was like, oh, thank fuck. But nah, give it. Our
Yeah,
penalty, yeah, it was Stonewall. Nothing we can do about that. But it's just some decisions, just so inconsistent for me, mate. But what about you? Are you gonna send him a fart in a box?
can send him more in the fire in the box, mate. Send him a pure log and say, "Smoke this, you piece of garbage." It was such a terrible performance from him. Really annoyed me. Nah, he's winding me up. He just winding me up, mate. There was I can't remember which play it was. He could have been booked about 3 times, and I'm like, fucking do something, do something.
Mate,
And then
right.
Roden got booked. When Roden got
Yeah.
booked, I was like, what have you even booked him for?
Yeah. No, I agree 100%. That Lang, Williams,
Yeah.
and someone else, mate, they were just. I'm like, why is he not getting booked? He's on his 4th foul of the game. He should be. And it's almost like referees don't. Sometimes they're intimidated by such players, but you know, I agree with Nick's comment here. I don't think the ref cost us the 3 points. That was self-inflicted. We will face many shit refs this season.
No, that was
Again, Nick.
Aronson. That was Aronson that cost us that.
No, Nick, you're spot on
No, it
again,
wasn't
mate.
really.
100%. Have you got anything else to add before we finish up?
You thinking that he's Nonto off on that because he's going to play them for the Middlesbrough game?
No, I just think it was just a bad decision, really. At
Just get
least
some
leave it another
players on
10.
to give them some minutes.
Yeah, I mean, Vobel won't be happy he didn't get on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But who
Yeah,
knows?
he probably could have actually. He
So,
could have probably took fucking Rodon off.
yeah. So we've got obviously there's not another Leeds podcast next Friday because I'm on holiday. Are you going to do anything? Because we play on Wednesday. Are you doing anything? Are you and Kev doing anything through the week?
Wow,
It'll
that's
be
not down
announced
to
if there
me,
is.
mate. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see what he's up to. See if he's collected all the trolleys up, and
Or
we'll have a chat.
are you doing anything next Sunday as well? Same time next week.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
And
Bring
I
them
might
back next
join
week, boys.
from holiday. I might drop in, see how you guys. Make sure you're not, you're behaving and you're not
Yes.
putting your underpants on your head and spreading Nutella everywhere.
Yeah,
Um,
we're doing naughty things, Daniel. Well, I won't be anyway. I can't speak for Kev because he's a bit of a wildcat. He just pops out of nowhere. So, see.
yeah. So yeah, everyone, thanks for watching today's Sunday Club with me, James, and Danny over there. Yeah, please do like and subscribe and all that fancy jazz. And we will see you next week. Oh, well, these guys will.
See you next week, guys. Take care. We will see you next week, and we will love you. Shut the fuck up.